सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतः चार्थेष्वभिज्ञस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदाय आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः। तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयः यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय यं प्रव्रजन्तमनुपेतमपेतकृत्यं द्वैपायनो विरहकातर आजुहाव पुत्रेति तन्मयतया तरवोऽभिनेदुः तं सर्वभूतहृदयं नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्. So yesterday we were seeing when Hiranyaksha was killed, Hiranyakashipu became very, very angry, and he, expressing his anger, he addressed the asuras. Wow, how did he address? Shulam udyamya sadasi danavan idam abravit. Lifting his trident, he addressed the danavas, the asuras. Bho bho danava daityeya dvimurthas treksha shambara shatabaho hayagriva namuche paka ilvalara viprachitte mama vachaha puloman shakunadaya. So they are all the great warriors of Asura army. They are the some of the names: Dvimurdha, Treksha, Shambara, Shatabahu, Hayagriva, Namuchi, Paka, Ilvala, Viprachiti, Puloma, Shakuni. They are all the army leaders. So addressing them, he said, Shrunuta Anantaram Kriyatam Ashu Kriyatam. First listen to my order and then act accordingly. So what did he say? Sapatnirghatita kshudreihi bhrata me daitas suhrat parshnigrahena harina samenapyupadhavanaihi tasya tyakta swabhavasya घृणेर्मायावनौकसः भजन्तं भजमानस्य बालस्येवास्थिरात्मनः. So, O Asuras, my brother Hiranyaksha has been killed by Devatas. And for that, Devatas had taken the support of Vishnu. Now this Vishnu is a very Asthiratmana. Asthiratmana means fickle-minded. His nature is childish. Balasyeva Asthiratmana. Why do you say so? I say so because bhajantam bhajamanasya. Whoever praises him, he becomes theirs. That is the nature of Vishnu. So these devatas, they went to Vishnu, praised him, adored him, glorified him, and immediately he became theirs. Like a child. To win the favor of a child, what you are supposed to do? Praise the child. pat on his back and the child is yours. He will do anything for you. In the same way, this Vishnu also. Fickle minded, no firmness. Tyakta swabhavasya. So he, having taken a form of an illusory boar. What is the spelling of boar? B-O-A-R. Not B-O-R-E. So, Varaha. So, having taken an illusory form of a boar, he has killed my brother. Therefore, Tyakta Swabhavasya. He is a cheat. Now, whatever he is telling, from a different angle, it is right. Remember, Hiranyakashipu is none other than a devotee of the Lord in his previous birth. So, every statement he makes, there is a truth hidden in it. He is like a child, fickle minded. Why? Because he changes his nature. Whoever praises him, he becomes theirs. They are all true. Which is the verse in Bhagavad Gita which says so. Samoham sarva bhuteshu. What is that? Name priyosti. What is that? Name dveshosti na priyaha. Then, ye bhajanti tu mam bhaktya maite teshu chapyaham. There is a verse. Samoham sarva bhuteshu. I am equal to all. I don't love anyone, I don't hate anyone. But those people who worship me, I am in them, they are in me. So that idea is put in an asuric way. That's all. So this Vishnu is a cheat. He has killed my brother taking an illusory form. Therefore, I have decided to kill him. How are you going to kill? Machula bhinna grivasya bhurina rudhirena vai rudhira priyam tarpaishye bhrataram me gatavyataha. So what I am going to do is, I am going to chop off his head and then the blood will ooze out. With that blood, I will do the tarpanam of my brother who loved blood very much. Rudhira priyam bhrataram. A blood lover. So therefore, what I should offer? I should offer blood of Vishnu. So this is, then only gatavyatha, then only my sorrow will subside. Tasmin kute hite nashte krutta mule vanaspatau vitapa iva shushyanti Vishnu prana divaukasaha. So once this Vishnu is killed, all the other devatas, they will die by themselves. Because Vishnu is the very root. Suppose you cut the very root of a tree, then what will happen? All the branches, leaves, twigs, everything will dry away by themselves. So in the same way, once Vishnu is destroyed, our problem is solved. So now how to destroy Vishnu? Now again he mentions a very, very interesting point. He says, Tavadyata bhuvam yuyam viprakshattra samedhitam sudayadhvam tapoyatnya swadhyaya vratadaninaha. So what we have to do is, first of all, make our enemy weak. So who is our enemy? Vishnu is our enemy. Let us make him weak. How to make him weak? There is only one way. Wherever dharmic activities happen, destroy it. Curb all dharmic activities in the world. What are the dharmic activities? Tapas, yajna, swadhyaya, vrata, dana, etc. If anyone is performing austerity, or someone is performing yajna, homa, havana, etc., rituals, swadhyaya, scriptural studies, or some vows, vrata, or some charity, wherever such good things happen, stop it. So what is the spiritual message in it? If you want to evolve spiritually, these are the things you must do. This is subjective analysis. It has been brought out in a story, that's all. So in order to make Vishnu weak, stop all this. So if you want to make Vishnu strong in you, what you should do? Do all this. Subjective. So Adhyatmika lesson is also there, Adi Bhautika lesson is also there. Yes. So destroy. Yatra yatra dvijagavo veda varnashrama kriyaha tam tam janapadam yata sandipayata vrishchata. Wherever you find brahmanas, wherever you find saintly people, wherever you find cows, hmm, wherever you find people chanting Vedas or living a Vedic style of living, wherever you find such people, such places, destroy them, set fire unto them, kill them. And then this instructions was given, and then Hiranyakashipu sent his soldiers who loved all this, the asuras. It is said, Kadana Priyaha Asuraha, it is said. They love torturing others. So the moment this instruction was given, all the asuras, they dispersed for this purpose. And what all they did? Puragrama Vrajodhyana Kshetra Arama Ashramakaran Kheta Karvata Ghoshanscha Dadahuhu Pattananicha Kechit Khanitrair Bibiduhu Setu Prakara Gopuran Ajivyansh Chichiduhu Vrikshan Kechit Parashupanaya Pradahan Sharananyanye Prajanam Jwalitol Mukaihi. So a description is given what all they did. So Pura, Grama, Vraja, the town, villages, cowsheds, gardens, cultivated lands, hermitages, cowherd settlements, their houses, palaces, dams, bridges, then this irrigation bunds to collect water, everything they destroyed. And wherever they found trees laden with fruits, they cut all of them. So this way, and wherever they found the houses of farmers, they set fire to all of them. In this way, they completely destroyed these asuras. So slowly what happened? All the dharmic activities stopped. This homa, havana, yaga, etc. So it is said that all the devatas, their strength is the homa, havana performed in the earth. So all of them became weak, and it is said all of them started walking in disguise as ordinary human beings. Divam devaha parityajya bhuvicheruralakshitaha. So they all became weak. All the devatas started walking like ordinary human beings, in the guise of ordinary human beings. All the dharmic activities stopped. Then what did this Hiranyakashipu do? Hiranyakashipurಭ್ರಾತುಃ ಸಂಪರೇತಸ್ಯ ದುಃಖಿತಃ ಕೃತ್ವಾ ಕಟೋದಕಾದೀನಿ ಭ್ರಾತೃಪುತ್ರಾನ್ ಸಾಂತ್ವಯತ್. Then Hiranyakashipu went to his brother's house. So all of them were grieving. His brother's wife, his brother's sons. So what is the name of his brother's wife? What is the name of Hiranyaksha's wife? It is said here, Rushabhanu. Rushabhanu is the wife. And who are the sons? A big list is given. Shakuni, Shambara, Dhrishta, Bhuta Santapa, Vrika, Kalanabha, Mahanabha, Harishmashru, Utkacha. So if you want to give some new names to your children or grandchildren, so because all of them, they want to give some new names. So list is given. Choice is there. Okay. So all of them were seated there. They were weeping. So his mother was also there, Diti. So Diti was there. His brother's wife Rushabhanu was there. And all these children, sons. So addressing them, Hiranyakashipu spoke these words. Tan mataram Rushabhanum ditim cha jananim gira slakshnyaya deshakalajnyaha idamaha janeshwara. So Hiranyakashipu spoke these consoling words. Now if you read this, it is full of wisdom. Hiranyakashipu consoling his bereaved family members. So what does he say? Ambambahe vadhu putraha Viram marhata shochitum riporabhimukhe shlaghyah shuranam vadha ipsitah. O mother, O sister, O sons, there is nothing to grieve, because my brother, your father, he has died a hero's death. For a warrior, dying in the battlefield is something which is self-satisfying. It is fame-enhancing. That is how a warrior should die. not with old age and all that. He should die in the battlefield. Hmm? So therefore there is nothing to grieve. There is only, it is something which is suited for a brave warrior. So therefore you must not grieve. Reason number one. Reason number two, why you should not grieve. भूतानामिह संवासः प्रपायामिव सुव्रते दैवेनैकत्र नीतानाम् उन्नीतानां स्वकर्मभिः. Yes, the second reason is, see, this world is a, what you call, caravanserai. Meaning what? We all come together for some time because of our prarabdha karma. For some time we are all together, and a time has to come when we will have to disperse. This is a fact of life. You accept this fact of life. We are not here to stay permanently. We cannot live with anyone permanently. So why not accept this truth? So therefore, someday or the other, my brother had to die. So he has passed away. So therefore, again, there is no reason to grieve. Reason number two. Now reason number three is most astounding. You know what he says? Nitya Atma Vyaya Shuddha Sarvaga Sarvavit Paraha Dhatte Savatmano Lingam Mayaya Visrajan Gunan. He says, remember, there is no death for anyone. Atma is Nityaha, eternal. Avyayaha, imperishable. Shuddhaha, it is pure. Sarvagaha, it is all pervading. Sarvavit, all knowing. Paraha, it is supreme. Understand that there is no death for Atma, the self. No one dies. It is only because of our ignorance. We identify ourselves with the gunas of the Prakriti. The body, mind, intellect, they are the gunas of the Prakriti. We get identified with it, and that is the root cause of all our sorrows. So death is only for the body. So therefore there is nothing to grieve for. No one dies. Nobody dies, only body dies. So therefore, come out of this ignorance of the self. This ignorance of the self is the root cause of all our suffering. Sambhavascha vinashascha shokascha vividhasmritaha avivekascha tinchacha vivekasmritirevacha. The birth, death, disease, old age, all these are belonging to it is the nature of the body. And therefore we get identified with this body, and then we become anxious. Chinta is there, worry is there, stress is there. All these are because of this identification. So therefore what one must do? One must try to get rid of this ignorance of the self. Now you may wonder, how can Hiranyakashipu give this advice? So don't forget who Hiranyakashipu is. Only out of a curse he has become Hiranyakashipu. Otherwise he is a great devotee of the Lord. Maybe because of intense sorrow, all those samskaras which he had gathered in his previous birth has come forth. Some rare moments, of course. So in those rare moments, all those jnanam, the knowledge which he had gained, is coming forth. That's what we have to understand from this. And then he gives a story. He says, now I will tell you a legend, a story in the history, in order to make this point clear. Ushinareshvabhutraja suyajna iti vishrutah sapatnairnihato yuddhe jnatayastamupasata. So there was one kingdom called Ushinara, a kingdom. And that kingdom had a king. And what is the name of that king? Suyajna was the name of that king. Very famous king. So one day what happened? In the battlefield, he was killed by his enemies. And when his relatives came to know that Suyajna has been killed, all those relatives, they came to see the dead body of Suyajna. And how was his dead body lying on the battlefield? A description is given. Vishirna Ratna Kavacham. So he was lying there on the battlefield. So he had an armor made of gems, jewels, etc. Vishirna. Vishirna means shattered. His armor made of gems and jewels was shattered. Vibhrashta bharanasrajam, his garland and his ornaments, etc. That was disarrayed. Sharanirbhinna hridayam, the heart was pierced by so many arrows. Shayana Masrugavilam, and he was lying down, bathed in a pool of blood. Prakirna Kesham, his hairs were disheveled. Dhvastaksham, his eyes were mutilated. Rabhasa Dashtadachadam, and he was biting his, what is that, lips. So while he was biting his lips, he died. Out of anger. Rajakuntha Mukhambhojam, he was a very handsome guy, but that face was covered with dust. Chinna Yuda Bhujamrite, and on one side was lying his cut hand holding weapon. So this was the way in which this king was lying down. What is the name of the king? Suyetnya. And the moment these relatives saw this person lying there, dead.
उशीनरेन्द्रं विधिना तथा कृतं पतिं महिष्यः प्रसमीक्ष्य दुःखिताः हतास्मनाथेति करैरुरोभृशं घ्रन्त्यो मुहुस्तत्पदयोरुपापतन् रुदत्य उच्चैर्दयिताङ्घ्रिपङ्कजं सिञ्चन्त्य अस्रैः कुचकुङ्कुमारुणैः विस्रस्तकेशाभरणाशुचं नृणां सृजन्त्य आक्रन्दनया विलेपिरे.
So he had many wives. So all those wives who had come to this battlefield, and when they saw their husband lying like this, those ladies, they started crying, weeping, wailing. Hatasmanatha, oh Lord, you have been killed. And they started beating their chest with their hands. Again, their hairs disheveled, dress, ornaments, etc. out of place. And they wept so much that they bathed this dead body with their tears. And all of them fell at the feet of their husband. And what did they say?
अहो विधात्रा करुणेन नः प्रभो भवान् प्रणीतो दृगगोचरां दशाम् उशीनराणामसि वृत्तिदः पुरा कृतोऽधुना येन शुचां विवर्धनः.
Oh Lord, you are so cruel. You have taken away our very life. That person who was the giver of our livelihood, that person who was the giver of all kinds of joy to us, such a person has become the giver of sorrow. So therefore, oh Lord, you are very cruel. You have taken the very life from us. Now addressing this dead body, they started saying, oh Lord, we are not going to leave you. We will come wherever you go. Saying thus, all these ladies held on to this dead body. Wherever you go, we are going to follow you. Saying this, all these ladies, the wives of Suyetnya, held on to the dead body of Suyetnya.
एवं विलपितीनां वै परिगृह्य मृतं पतिम् अनिच्छतीनां निर्हारम् अर्कोस्तं सन्निवर्तत.
How long? Normally after 1 or 2 hours they leave it, fed up, isn't it? But these ladies held on to the body till it became, what is that? Dusk. The sun was setting and these ladies were in no mood to leave the dead body. The body was rotting, but these ladies held on to that body. And then what happened?
तत्रः प्रेतबन्धूनाम् आश्रित्य परिदेवितम् आहतान् बालको भूत्वा यमः स्वयमुपागतः.
And when Yamaraj, Lord Death, saw this pitiable condition of these ladies, Of course, he also felt pity for them because so much they loved their husband. So Yamaraj then took the form of a balaka, a small boy, and appeared in front of them. He himself came, Yamaraj. And what is the advice given by Yamaraj in the form of that boy? Aho amisham vayasadhikana विपश्यतां लोकविधिं विमोहः यत्रागतस्तत्र गतं मनुष्यं स्वयं सधर्मा अपि शोच्यन्त्यपार्थम्. This boy now addresses these ladies. Oh, ammas, what a tragedy! You have grown so old, you are so elderly compared to me, and even now you have not learned the fundamentals of life. How many deaths you have seen in life? What a tragedy that people see death every day, but still they feel that their near and dear ones will never die and they will never die. What a tragedy! Every day they are seeing death, but even then, somewhere deep down they think that they are going to live always. Vipashyatam loka vidhim vimohas. Even while seeing, though seeing, they don't see. Oh, ammas, understand one thing. From wherever we have come, we have to go back. Yatra gatas tatra gatam manushyam. Now you are crying for your husband. Remember, you are also in the queue. Today your husband has died. Tomorrow it is your turn. So everyone is in the queue. The departing is grieving for the departed. What a tragedy. So, oh ladies, you are holding on to the tragedies of life and weeping and wailing. There is a better way of living. The choice is yours, how to live life. Either you can make it a series of tragedies, or you can make it a life, you can play the game of life with full of fun and frolic. The choice is yours. So therefore, oh ammas, understand the fundamentals of life, which will give you lot of peace of mind. So what are the fundamentals which everyone has to keep in mind? There is a description. Point number 1, understand that there is a Lord who is taking care of this world. The very same Lord who has created the world is taking care of the world. Sarakshita rakshati yohi garbhe. That Supreme Lord who has taken care of us when we were in the mother's womb, that very same Lord is taking care of us when we are alive. This world is not a chaos, it is a cosmos. This is Gurudev's famous statement. Everything is being taken care. This is point number 1. Remember this. Point number 2. What is point number 2? All of us come to this world according to our prarabdha karmas. So in the past we had performed some actions. Those actions at the right time bear fruits, and in order to exhaust those fruits, in order to go through those experiences, we take this physical body in order to go through the prarabdha karma. So once the prarabdha karma is over, death has to come in some way or the other. Bhutani taistair nijayoni karma bihi bhavanti kalena bhavanti sarvashah. So what all actions you have done in the past, those actions itself come in the form of results. So for this point also you must understand. So what is the point? Whatever experience I go through, let me not blame the world. It is all my own. It is the result of my own actions of the past, which I am going through. So don't blame anyone. Don't blame the prarabdha or providence or destiny or fate or all that. Whatever I am going through, it is my own. Past actions are coming. That's all. So once the prarabdha karma is over, we have to go back. Point number 2. And point number 3, and the most important, if you really want to enjoy life, these points you must remember. What is the point number 3? Point number 3 is na tatra hyatma prakrtavapi sthitah tasya gunairanyatamo nibadhyate. Understand that this Atma is different from the body which is dying. Though this Atma prakritau api sthitah, this Atma is residing in Prakriti. Prakriti here means body. Though this Atma is residing in the body, the characteristics of this Atma is different from the characteristics of the body. What is the characteristics of the body? Asti, jayate, vardhate, viparinamate, apakshiyate, vinashyati. It exists, it is born, it grows, it becomes mature, it decays, it dies. This is the characteristics of the body. But is that the characteristics of the Atma? No. Atma is different. Though the Atma is residing in the body, it has characteristics totally different from the body. Tasya gunaihi anyatamaha. So this you must understand. Atma means me. The real me is different from the body. How is it different? One beautiful example is given. Yathanalo darushu bhinna iyate yathanilo deha gatah prithak sthitah yathanabhas sarvagatam na sajjate tatha puman sarvagunashrayah parah. How is it different? So Atma is residing in the body, but the characteristics of Atma is different from the body. Example is given. Yatha analaha darushu bhinna iyate. The fire comes from the wood, but the characteristics of the fire is different from the characteristics of wood. Wood and fire. Fire comes from the wood, but the characteristics of the fire is different from characteristics of the wood. Isn't it? Fire is hot. Wood is cold. Fire is bright. It gives light. Whereas wood is dark, etc. In the same way, yathanilo dehagatah prithak sthitah. Like the air, the life breath in this body, the characteristics of the body is free from is different from the characteristics of the air, which goes in and out. Both of them reside together, stay together, but their characteristics are different. In the same way, yatha nabha sarvagatam na sajjate. All these objects reside in the space. They reside together, the space and the objects of the world. But the characteristics of the space is different from the characteristics of the objects. In the same way, Atma resides in the body, but the characteristics of Atma is different from characteristics of the body. What is Atma? Atma is Nityaha, whereas body is Anityaha. Atma is eternal, it is infinite, it is immortal, whereas Anatma, body is, it is temporary. It has to die someday or the other. Yathodakaihi parthiva taijasairjanah kalena jato vikrito vinashyati. As far as the body is concerned, it has to go back to its elements someday or the other. Yatha udakaihi, like water bubbles. The bubble has come from water, it resides in water and goes back to water. Parthiva, pot, mud pot has come from mud, goes back to mud. Taijasehi, ornaments. Ornaments have come from gold, it has to go back to gold. In the same way, the body is made of 5 elements. What are the 5 elements? What are the 5 elements? Space, air, fire, water, earth. So the body is made of 5 elements. So where will the body go after death? It has to merge back into the 5 elements. Understand this. Nitya Anitya Viveka Vichara is what is being done here. Where does that term come? Nitya Anitya Viveka Vicharaha. Pranayamam Pratyaharam Nitya Nitya Viveka Vicharam. Which is this? Nitya Anitya Viveka Vicharam. So that is what is done here. Okay. So therefore, understand what is Nitya and what is Anitya. Hold on to Nitya. Your suffering is because you are holding on to Anitya. अथ नित्यमनित्यं वा नेह शोचन्ति तद्विदः नान्यथा शक्यते कर्तुं स्वभावः शोचतामिति न अन्यथा शक्यते कर्तुं. Oh ammas, your crying and weeping is not going to change the reality of life. That which has to perish will perish, whether you cry or weep or whatever. And that which is eternal will remain eternal. So instead of wasting your time in crying and weeping, use that time fruitfully, intelligently in holding on to the eternal. Atha nityam anityam va na iha shochanti tad vidaha. The wise people who know the difference between Nitya and Anitya, having understood these two, having developed the Viveka, what do? They hold on to Nitya and give a secondary importance, incidental importance to the Anitya Vastu. This is what has to be done. So choice is yours. Whole life you can cry holding on to Anitya Vastu, or you can enjoy this game of life by holding on to the Nitya Vastu. Okay, I will tell you a story now. Who? Yamaraj in the form of Balaka. Now he is going to tell a story. So now you have to remember the loop. First is Shukha Rishi and Parikshit. In that comes Narada and Yudhishthira. In that comes Hiranyakashipu to his relatives. In that comes Yamaraj in the form of Balaka to these ladies. Now a story. Lubdhako vipine kaschit pakshinam nirmitontakaha vitatya jalam vidadhe tatra pralobhayan. So there was a master hunter of birds. He was an expert in hunting and catching birds. So what did he do? One day in a forest, he laid the nets with lot of what you call baits, enticing the birds with baits here and there. Kulinga mithunam tatra vicharat samadrishyata tayo kulingi sahasa lubdhakena pralobhita. So he had made all this trap very well, and there appeared two birds, pair of birds, Kulinga birds. I don't know what that is. Kulinga, a pair, a female and a male. So they together were roaming around, and this female bird saw this what you call baits, and she was attracted, she was tempted, she went to pick it up, and she was caught. Tayo kulingi sahasa lubdhakena pralobhita. She was caught in that trap, and then she started crying, weeping, wailing, and now this female bird was helpless. So looking this helpless condition of this female bird, the male bird also was fulfilled with sorrow, and then he prayed. This is a prayer of that male bird. Aho akaruno devah striya karunaya vibuhu kripanam manushocantya deenaya kim karishyati kamam nayatu mam devah kimardhenatmano hime deenena jivita dukkham anena vidhurayusha. So looking at that pitiable condition of that female bird, and this male bird himself was not able to rescue his partner. So then this male bird started crying, "Oh Lord, how cruel you are. Why did you trap this female bird who is by nature weak, helpless? What do you get by trapping her? Now how am I going to live without her? So kamam nayatu mam devaha. Oh Lord, take me also. I don't want to live without her. Kimardhen atmano hime. You have almost killed my one half. So please take my life also."
कथं त्वजातः पक्षांस्तान् मातृहीनान् बिभर्म्यहं मन्दभाग्या प्रतीक्षन्ते नीडे मे मातरं प्रजाः.
Not only that, my life will be miserable without her. Now there are small little chicks, unfledged ones. Their wings have not grown. They are all waiting for their mother to come. Those unfortunate ones, how am I going to feed them? So therefore, oh Lord, please do. Or maybe he is weeping. He has not taken refuge in the Lord. He was crying. He was cursing his own destiny. And this way he was crying and weeping and wailing. At that time, this hunter was looking at this bird. Which bird? Male bird. What did he do?
एवं कुलिङ्गं विलपन्तमारात् प्रियावियोगातुरमश्रुकण्ठं स एव तं शाकुनिकशरेण विव्याधकालप्रहितो विलीनः.
That very same moment, the attention of the male bird was totally unto the female bird. This hunter shot an arrow and killed that male bird also. Okay? Story is over. What is the message? The message is, you are crying for someone else. Remember, you are also in the queue. This is the message.
एवं योऽयम् अपश्यन्त्यः आत्मापायमबुद्धयः नैनं प्राप्स्यत शोचन्त्यः पतिं वर्षशतैरपि.
So therefore, oh ladies, hundreds and thousands of births you may weep like this, but remember, your husband is not going to come. So instead, live an intelligent life. He has gone, fine. But you live an intelligent life and hold on to that which is permanent. And give up this foolish way of living.
बाल एवं प्रवदति सर्वे विस्मितचेतसः ज्ञातयो मेनिरे सर्वम् अनित्यमयथोत्थितम्.
And when this boy was speaking these words of wisdom, all those ladies were stunned, astonished. Such a small boy. What an amount of knowledge, wisdom. Vismita chetasaha. And they understood that whatever this boy is telling is right. And thus they gave up all this crying and all. And they understood that everything is impermanent.
यम एतदुपाख्याय तत्रैवान्तरधीयत ज्ञातयोऽपि सुयज्ञस्य चक्रुर्यत् साम्परायिकम्.
After giving these words of advice, this boy, who was none other than Yamraj, these ladies did not know that. So this boy disappeared. And these ladies, they gave up their adamancy. And thus, the Suyajna's body was, what you call, burnt in the funeral pyre, and all those final rites were performed. So now Hiranyakashipu tells his family members, in the same way, all your suffering is because of ignorance. Hold on to the reality. That alone will give you peace of mind.
इति दैत्यपतेर्वाक्यं दितिराकर्ण्य सस्नुषा पुत्रशोकं क्षणात् त्यक्त्वा तत्त्वे चित्तमधारयत्.
This was the advice given, and because of his advice, all those ladies, those family members, they also became free from sorrow. And it is said, Tyaktva tattve chittam adharayat. All these members, they fixed their mind upon the Supreme Lord and became free from sorrow by listening to the advice of whom? Hiranyakashipu. He was also a wise man, but because of the curse, now he does something foolish. Let us see what it is. So the next adhyaya begins. From here onwards, the curse effect is very, very clear. Maybe here and there are some glimpses, but otherwise Hiranyakashipu is a real asura now.
हिरण्यकशिपू राजन् अजेयम् अजरामरम् आत्मानमप्रतिद्वन्द्वन् एकराजं व्यधित्सत.
So Hiranyakashipu had this desire. Intense desire. What is the desire? Ajayam. I should become invincible. Ajara. I should become unaging. Amaram. I should become deathless. Now, these are all the effects of curse. So, what does the curse do? It cuts off your wisdom from you. Whatever knowledge you have, it cuts it off. So, therefore, though the knowledge is there, it is not accessible to you now. So, now what does he consider himself? He considers himself as the body. So, what was his desire? His desire was to become invincible and deathless. Atmanam apratidvandvam. He wanted to become unchallenged king, emperor of this world. That was his desire. And how did he try to fulfill his desire? Satepe mandaradronyam tapah paramadharunam urdhvabahu nabho drishtihi padangushtasritavanihi. So he decided to do tapas. So what is the kind of tapas he did? He went to Mandara mountains and did this intense tapas. What is the kind of tapas he did? Urdhvabahu, lifting his hands. Nabho drishtihi, looking unto the sky. Pada angushta ashrita avani. How was he standing? Standing on the toe, one toe, not on one leg. He was standing on one toe with the hands raised, looking unto the sky. We can't even stand for 2 seconds. He started standing like this. That is why it is called tapaha paramadarunam. Then what happened? Slowly, he was standing there. His tapas became intense. Jatadithiti reje samvartarka ivam shubhihi. And as his tapas became intense, now you can imagine his body. The body has not been taken care at all. So the whole head was filled with jata. And through that jata, the heat and light of tapas started emerging. So what is said? It is said that inside the jata, one could see the brilliance like that of samvartarka, the brilliance of a sun during deluge, pralaya. It is said that during pralaya time, deluge, the sun becomes intensely hot because it has to burn away everything. So it becomes intensely hot. So in the same way, this Hiranyakashipu's head became hot and it was clearly shining through the jata. Tasya murdnaha samudbhutaha sadhumognis tapomayaha. And from his murdna, crest, smoke started appearing. Fire started appearing. And this smoke and fire started scorching the 3 worlds. Tiryak urdhva madholokan atapat vishwagiritaha. And this heat started, what you call, spreading, becoming more and more intense, and it started spreading to all the 3 worlds. Chukshubhur nadyudanvantaha swadvipadrischa bhuhu nipetu sagrahastara jwajjaluscha dishodasha. So what happens because of this tapas? This rivers became turbulent. The oceans became turbulent. The continents, the tremors were experienced in the continents and upon the earth, upon the mountains. It appeared as though the stars are going to fall. Now these are all the scriptural style to show that something is very intense. So that freedom is given to exaggerate things. Or maybe it is true, we don't know. We have no idea. But this adds beauty to the, what you call, to the description. So, Jwajjaluscha dishodasha. All the 10 directions were burning because of his tapas. Then what happened? Tena taptva, tena taptadivam tyaktva brahmalokam yayusuraha. And this heat started spreading, spreading, spreading. It reached the heavens. And there, the devatas were not able to stay because of the heat of this tapas. So they ran away from there, from the Swargaloka. And where did they go? They go to Brahmaloka. Brahmaloka is the world of Brahmaji. All of them went to Brahmaloka. Dhatre Vijñapayamasuhu. And then they informed Brahmaji, oh Brahmaji, you know what is happening? Deva Deva Jagatpate, oh Lord of Lords, oh Lord of the whole world. So these Devatas, they started praying to Brahmaji. What did they pray? Daitendra tapasa taptah divisthatum na shaknumah tasyachopashamam bhuman videhi yadi manyase lokana yavannankshyanti baliharasthavabhibhuh. O Lord, this Daitya here, Hiranyakashipu, is doing a terrible tapas because of which we are not able to stay in the Swarga. Please do something to pacify him, to calm him down. Otherwise, all of us would reduce into ashes. Oh Lord, do you know why he is doing tapas? Now the Devatas are adding masalas. What is the masala they add? Oh Lord, do you know why this fellow is doing tapas? Tasyayam kila sankalpah charato duscharam tapah shruyatam kimna viditah tavathapi niveditah. I am sure you may be knowing it, but even then we will tell you. See, srishtva characharamidam tapo yoga samadhina adhyaste sarvadhishnebhyah parameshthi nijasanam. O Lord, he is jealous of you. How is he jealous of you? See, you have created all world by your tapas, isn't it? Tapo yoga samadhina. By your samadhi, by your tapas, by your yoga bala, you have created the entire world, isn't it? And now you are enjoying your life remaining at the highest world. How many worlds are there? 14. You know the name? 7 down, 7 up. What are the lower ones? Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatala, Patala. These are the 7 lower worlds. Then Bhuhu, Bhuaha, Suaha, Mahaha, Janaha, Satyam. Isn't it? The last one is Satyam. So Brahmaji, after creating this 14 worlds, where is he? He is on the topmost and he is enjoying life. So Lord Hiranyakashipu is jealous of you. So he said, if he can create all the worlds and be the Lord of all, why can't I? So thus he is doing this tapas. So therefore he wants to hijack your position. That is the whole purpose. And you know with what attitude he is sitting for this prayer? With this tapas? Tadaham vardhamanena tapo yoga samadhina kalatmanoscha nityatvat sadhayishye tathatmanah. With what determination he is sitting? His philosophy is Atma is eternal, Jiva is eternal, time is eternal, so someday or the other I am going to get it. What if I am going to die? What if the body is going to die? Next birth again I will come, again I will do tapas. Again the body will perish. Doesn't matter, time is eternal. There is no end to time, again I will come back. Sadhaishi, I am going to attain it. Tadaham vardhamanena, with greater intensity I am going to perform tapas. Someday or the other I am going to occupy that highest seat. Anyathedam vidhasyeham ayatha purva mojasa kimanyai kala nirdhutai kalpante vaishnavadibihi. What is the use of getting this little small world like Vaikuntha, etc.? It's of no use. If you have to attain something highest. And you know why he is doing it? Oh Lord, he wants to, what you call, turn everything topsy-turvy. You know what is his sankalpa? He wants to make dharma into adharma, adharma into dharma. Asuras into devas, devas into asuras. So he wanted to mess up the whole thing. This is his idea after gaining there. So therefore, O Lord, please do something. इति शुश्रुमनिर्बन्धं तपः परममात्सितः विधत्स्वानन्तरं युक्तं स्वयं त्रिभुवनेश्वर तवासनं द्विजग्गवां पारमेष्ट्यं जगत्पते भवाय श्रेयसे भूते क्षेमाय विजयाय च. So, O Lord, as long as you are there, we are all safe. There will be happiness, there will be prosperity, there will be welfare, there will be success, everything will go on fine as long as you are there. But in case if he comes, the whole world will perish. This way, Devatas, what is that? Harji, what do you call that? Application was presented in front of Brahmaji, adding all kinds of masalas, etc. So what did Brahmaji do? Brahmaji was very wise, very mature, very wise. And whenever anyone does tapas, he love it. Who? Brahmaji. He was not like Devatas. Whenever someone does tapas, Devatas will become disturbed. Especially the Indra, it is said. So if anyone is doing tapas, immediately he will think that this fellow is doing tapas in order to get my seat. So therefore he will try some or the other to disrupt his tapas. But Brahmaji was not like that. So immediately Brahmaji, along with other great rishis, he went to that place.
इति विज्ञापितो दैवैः भगवान् आत्मभूर्नृप परीतो भृगुदक्षाद्यैः ययौ दैत्येश्वराश्रमम्. So all the rishis like Bhrigu, Daksha, etc., surrounded by them, surrounded by great gods, the other gods, all of them went to the ashrama of Hiranyakashipu. And what did they see there? न ददर्श प्रतिच्छन्नं वल्मीकतृणकीचकैः पिपीलिकाभिराचीर्न मेदस्त्वं मांसशोणितम्.
What did they find there? It is said, na dadarsha in the beginning. They went to the ashram of Hiranyakashipu and they searched him and they did not find him. They did not see anyone there. And on careful look, they found that there was this ant hill covered with Valmika Trinakichakaihi, covered with grass and bamboo reeds, etc., fallen upon it. And inside, they found something. What did they find? Pipilikabhirachirna medastvang mamsa shonitam. They found mere bones. All the fat, flesh, blood, everything was eaten away by the insects and ants. Only bones were there. Inside what? Inside this ant hill.
तपन्तं तपसा लोकान् यथा भ्रापिहितं रविं विलक्ष्य विस्मितः प्राह प्रहसन् हंसवाहनः.
And inside, this fellow was there, and the example given is like the sun covered by the clouds. So when the sun is covered by the clouds, what do you see? You don't see the brilliance, it is there. But what you see is only the cloud, isn't it? In the same way, he was seen hidden behind this anthill. And he was scorching the whole world with the heat. When Brahmaji saw Hiranyakashipu in this form, Vismitaha, he smiled. Prahasan, Vismitaha means with great wonderment, Ascharya. My God, what a tapas! He smiled. He was very happy.
And then he spoke these words. What did he say? Brahma Uvacha. उत्तिष्ठोत्तिष्ठ भद्रं ते तपस्सिद्धोऽसि काश्यप वरदोऽहम् अनुप्राप्तः व्रियताम् ईप्सितो वरः अद्राक्षमहमेतत्ते हृत्सारं महदद्भुतं दंशभक्षितदेहस्य प्राणाहस्तिषु शेरते. उत्तिष्ठ उत्तिष्ठ भद्रं ते, may everything auspicious befall upon you. Oh my dear child, get up. Oh Kashyapa, oh son of Kashyapa Rishi, your tapas has become siddha. Your tapas has been fulfilled. I have come to bless you. Ask whatever you want. I am here to bless you with whatever you want. Adraksham ahametatte, I have seen your terrible tapas. Mahad adbhudam, is the greatest of wonder. I can't believe how you are able to hold on to this, what you call, bones and still remain alive. Damsha bhakshita dehasya. The whole body has been eaten away. What remains is only bones. And how are you able to hold on to these bones and still remain alive? I am wonderstruck. Naite tat purvarshayah chakruhu न करिष्यन्ति चापरे निरम्बुधारयेत् प्राणान् को वै दिव्य समाशतम्. Such a tapas has never been done by anyone in the past and nor will it be done in the future. Nirambudharayet pranan, remaining alive without water, without food. And how long? Divya samashatam, for 100 divine years. 100 divine years is 100 into 365 days. 36,000. 36,500. For this many years you did tapas, without water, without food, holding on to the skeleton. This kind of tapas no one is going to do. Vyavasayena tenena dushkarena manasvinam tapo nishtena bhavata jitoham Diti Nandana. O Diti Nandana, O son of Diti, you have won my heart. This kind of tapas is impossible even for a Mahayogi. That kind of tapas you have done. Therefore, ask what you want. Now, in order to ask, there has to be a body, isn't it? You need to have a face. You need to have this vocal cord. There is only bones there. So, how to ask? There is no one who was there to ask. So, Brahmaji realized his mistake. So, immediately what did he do? Ityuktvadi bhavo devah bhakshitangam pipilikaihi kamandalu jalainokshat divyena mogharadhasa. So immediately Brahmaji took a little water, celestial, what you call, water, celestially potent, very powerful water, and he sprinkled upon this ant hill. And then what happened? Satat कीचक वल्मीकात् सह ओजो बलान्वितः सर्वावयव संपन्नः वज्रसंहननो युवा उत्थितस्तप्त हेमाभः विभावसु रिवैधसः. These are all the descriptions of his body. With what body he emerged. So the moment this water was sprinkled upon, so from that ant hill emerged a person. Saha oja balanvitaha. Strong, very, very strong, physically and mentally. Sarvavayava sampannaha. With all the bodily parts intact. Vajra samhananaha. The body was as strong as Vajra. What is Vajra? Diamond is called Vajra. They say it is the hardest substance. So, as hard as diamond, a body emerged. Yuva. Yuva means young. Uthitaha. Tapta hemabhaha. His body was like molten gold. Rose up. Vibhavasure vaidhasaha. Just like fire comes out of a bundle of fire sticks. Just like fire comes out, in the same way he came out of this anthill. Utthaya pranjali prakhva ikshamaano drisha vibhum harshashru pulakodbhedah gira gadgadaya grunat. And what did he do after getting up? He did prostration unto Brahmaji. In fact, he first looked all around and he found Brahmaji in front. Hamsavahana. He friend, he rose up, he prostrated. And you know what was his condition? Harsha Ashru Pulaka Udbheda. Eyes filled with tears. Now just imagine, for 36,000 years he has done this tapas. So now the result has come. So out of joy, out of fulfillment, eyes filled with tears, all the hair standing on end, voice choked with emotion, he spoke these words. So here there is a stuti of Brahmaji, which is actually the stuti of the Supreme Lord. So in Bhagavatam, wherever you find stuti, there is a general content. The general content is, O Lord, you are the creator, you are the sustainer, you are the destroyer of this universe. In so many places in Bhagavatam you will find a stuti. The content is the same. You are the creator, sustainer, destroyer of this universe. Though you do all this, you still don't do anything. As a pure self, you still remain a non-doer. You are omniscient, you are omnipresent, you are omnipotent. O Lord, salutations unto you. You are none other than the Prakriti and the Purusha. That consciousness principle also you are. The Prakriti, the inert matter also you are. So to that Lord my prostrations. Anantavyaktarupena yenedamakilam tatam chidachit shakti yuktaya tasmai bhagavate namaha. So we'll find Vedavyasa Rishi again and again reminding us of the Lord. He doesn't, miss an opportunity to praise the Lord. So to that Supreme Lord my prostrations. Ananta avyakta rupena, who is infinite, who is unmanifest but present everywhere. Yena idam akhilam tatam, the one who is all pervading. Chit achit shakti yuktaya, the one who is having the shakti, the power of both chit and achit. What is chit? What is chit? Consciousness. What is achit? Jada, inert, prakriti. So Purusha and Prakriti. Chit achit shakti yuktaya tasmai bhagavate namaha. My prostrations unto you. So these are the very rare moments when Hiranyakashipu is a real devotee. Suddenly the curse effect comes. And then suddenly he becomes a changed person. What does he say? Yedidasyasya bhimatan varan me varadottama bhutebhyastvad visrishtebhyah mrityurma bhun mama prabho. So now he asks that famous, boon. O Lord, if you are happy with me, then bless me with this. Now remember, even when he is asking a boon from the Lord, who is in his mind? Even when he is asking this boon, his mind is in Vishnu. The whole tapas is performed for what? To kill Vishnu. This has to be kept in mind. And remember the first thing, yesterday we had discussed. Who is a real devotee? It doesn't matter with what attitude you worship the Lord. The main point is whether your mind is in the Lord or not. So every place you will find Hiranyakashipu's mind was ever in the Lord only. So keeping Vishnu in mind, he asked this. So what all did he ask? Nantar बहिर्दिवानक्तम् अन्यस्मादपि चायुधैः न भूमौ नाम्बरे मृत्युः न नैरैर्न मृगैरपि. O Lord, na antar bahihi diva naktam. I should not be killed outside or inside. So there's a saying, or there's a famous what you call, I don't know whether it is there in another Purana or not. He first asked that I should not die. I don't know whether any other Purana mentions that or not. In this it is not there. So first thing which he asked was I should become immortal. But then Brahmaji said no, that is impossible. Then he started giving these conditions. Na antar na bahihi. I should not die inside or outside. Diva naktam. I should not die in the daytime or in the night time. Anyasmadapi chayudhehi. I should not be killed by any weapon. Na bhumau, na ambare. I should not be killed on the earth or in the sky. Mrityuhu na narairna mrigairapi. I should not be killed by an animal or a human being. Vyasubhihi vasumadbhirva sura sura mahoragaihi. I should not be killed by anyone created by you, living or non-living. Like devatas, asuras, serpents, etc. I should not be killed. Apratidvandvatam yuddhe aikapatyam cha dehinam. I should be unchallenged. I should win all battle. I should rule over everyone. Sarvesham lokapalanam mahimanam yathatmanah tapo yoga prabhavanam yennarishyati karhichit. Whatever glory, whatever splendor all these devatas have, and even you also have, that glory should be mine. Well, what did Brahmaji do? Brahmaji had no other option. What did Brahmaji say? Brahmaji said, okay, my dear son, tathastu. Tate me durlabha pumsam yan vrinise varan mama tathapi vitaramyanga varan yadapi durlabhan. Oh, my dear son, normally I don't bless anyone with such kind of boon. He made it clear. But the kind of tapas you have done, I am helpless. So therefore, though it is very rare and though I don't give such kinds of boon, but in your case, I make this exception. So, may whatever you wish, may that come true. And thus, Brahmaji disappeared. The moment Brahmaji disappeared, Hiranyakashipu only remembered one person. Who is he? Vishnu. So thus, Bhagavati akarodvesham bhratur vardhanam anusmaran. He decided to take revenge. How he decided to take revenge, we will see in the evening. Om Sarve bhavantu sukhinah Sarve santu niramayah Sarve bhadrani pasyantu Ma kaschit dukkha bhag bhave Asato ma sadgamaya Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya Mrityorma amritam gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.